I didn't know if I was going to make a video or not. So decided to make one halfway through the trip. But anyways, had to go up to Duluth, Minnesota to do and install solar panels on a house. And might as well do a little sightseeing since we're up here. The waffle makers. It's not a bad little breakfast. Got your eggs, bacon. Bacon's good. Sausage, hash browns. It'll make me a sandwich for lunch. They do got a fitness room. Some nice equipment. Alrighty, sitting here letting the truck warm up. Rainy day, that's never fun, but last night's experience was a good hotel to stay in. Beds are comfortable, good night's sleep, quiet. Love the hot tub, pool area, that's always a plus. Good breakfast for what you get for a hotel. Plenty to eat. I even was able to make myself a lunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So that's always a plus. So if you're ever in Duluth, stop up here and check out the La Quinta. It's a good hotel. I'll have to check and see what the prices were. My company paid for all this, so that's always a nice little bonus. Off to work. Here's the finished product of solar panels in this guy's shed. And then he went with battery backup to his house, which he wanted it stored inside here. So this is a Tesla battery, and it is only backing up his house. And this is the transfer switch. So we got utilities coming in here, and then it goes back out of here and eventually gets to the house. And this here is kind of the brains, so it knows when power goes out, and then it kicks on the battery. Pretty neat stuff. We also got the solar coming in here, and the solar will recharge the battery. Let's see what it's doing right now. Right now it's got the grid going to the house and also charging the Tesla battery. So the solar is not turned on. I think it's probably too dark or too much rain and clouds outside, maybe, for the solar to be working. Pretty neat. Alrighty, over here on this side of the barn is where our house meter comes in. That would be this guy here. So it's a typical house meter. It used to have a pipe coming out of here straight down, and then that would feed back to the house. But we had to intercept it for the battery and the transfer switch. So that's what that box is for. This is just a breaker for disconnecting this barn or shed, and then it feeds another shed. And over here, this is the house disconnect. So you turn the breaker off here to kill the house. And then we got the solar. We're gonna have to have another meter so they can monitor how much solar's coming in, producing. Another disconnect switch for solar. And this disconnect switch is for the battery. So they can kill the battery. And then over here to solar, we're using end phase. That guy down there is just a surge protector, just in case lightning hits it, you can protect it. I'll show you the other side of the shed. We had to put some wood up so we can mount the boxes. Basically ran the pipe out of there, changed it over to flex. The pipe going up high, goes up to the solar panels. Junction box. And another junction box, and then that goes out to the other side where the battery and transfer switch is. All right, let me show you the finished product. Alrighty, made it up here to Two Harbors, Minnesota. Got back there a tugboat. Then back that away is the lighthouse. Go check it out. There it is, Two Harbors Lighthouse. Overlooking the bay. It's too bad. An hour earlier, I could have seen the ship come in. Always like to watch those come in and out. He's waiting to get loaded up for, they bring in iron ore, mine it out in the hills and then train it in. We're gonna walk out there. They call this a breakwater. Basically it breaks the big waves up, protects the harbor. Let's go for a little walk. See what we can see. Man, look at the size of these rocks they had to bring out here. And it's a lot of them to build this. I'll have to see if I can find the pictures. If I have them, but I came out here one time when this thing was iced over. Talk about sketchy. Alrighty, you gotta check out this view. It's pretty neat. See if I can flip you around. So this is looking south. Two Harbords is about 45 minutes north of Duluth. If you swim across the lake to the other side, that's Wisconsin. And over here's Minnesota. Here we are. Made it to the end. Could you imagine if I dropped my phone? Probably not a good place to drop it. Wonder how deep it is here. I'm really surprised nobody's out here fishing. If I would have known I had this much time after work, I would have brought my fishing pole. It's not the warmest out here. I believe it's about 45 degrees. Small wind.